Good morning. I'm Faye Thompson. This week I had a little accident. I was out using the pressure washer cleaning my patio and I tripped over one of the water hoses and I fell and it hit my face. I got a black eye and I tried to cover it up with makeup, but you probably see it. And it skinned my arms up. This arm is worse. But I'm lucky it didn't break some bones. I'm so glad. You know, my children gave me this Apple Watch and told me to wear it all the time, and I do. I don't wear jewelry to work in at all except this watch. But anyway, when I fell the other day, it said, did you fall? Yes or no, did you fall? Emergency. And of course I tapped on it and said no. But that watch has been wonderful. It talks to me sometime too. If I knew how to use it well enough, it's almost like a computer on your arm. Well, anyway, enough of that. I'm doing fine, didn't break any bones, and I'm lucky. So this morning, we're going to do a tomato, I don't know what you call it, just a tomato recipe. Used to years ago when you go to all the cafeterias, it seemed like we ate in cafeterias more than we do now. They always had this tomato recipe, and it's kind of like tomato dressing or something. And I never see it anymore. So I thought that I would make this recipe in the morning. I'm not saying it's a favorite of my family's, it's a favorite of mine. And I don't really cook it for them that much, but I thought y'all might enjoy seeing it because I never see it anymore in the cafeterias. Okay, the first thing we do, we have to have 3 cups of tomatoes and they have to be chopped, and I use the Hunt's Petite tomatoes. It's the 3 cups of these. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of butter. I'm going to heat this, and I just heat it until the butter and the sugar and everything's melted before we add the other ingredients. I've had to change pans because that saucepan was a little bit small, so we just let that sit there until that melts. I think this is about ready. Now we're going to take our 6 slices of bread and we're going to crumble them up in here. That bread is kind of tough. I'm going to take a knife and cut that up. Be easier than doing that. We'll just chop that up the other way and it'll be small enough. I don't know why that bread is tough as it is, but it won't hurt. It's going to be soaked up in all of that liquid. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of basil to that. Now we're going to stir this up until the bread has absorbed a lot of that liquid. We want to get it softened up. We're going to spray our dish that we cook it in. I'm going to pour this over in here. This is a real easy recipe. There's nothing to it. It's about the easiest thing you can fix, I guess. This serves about 6 people too, if you want to know how much it serves. Now that is ready for the oven, and I preheated the oven for 350 degrees, and this is going to cook for 20 minutes. Now our tomato casserole has cooked for 20 minutes on a 350 degree oven, and we're going to put cheese on it, and then we're going to stick it back in there and cook it for about 5 minutes until the cheese melted, and that will be over with. Our tomato casserole is finished now, and it really looks good. I hope you try this recipe. We used to eat it all the time when we went to the cafeterias to eat, but they just don't serve it anymore. I don't know why. I hope you cook this, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And I hope you watch another video of my family recipes.